Welcome dear learners to the second part of our video lecture series on promotion strategy in rural marketing, specifically focusing on the pivotal roles of public relations, publicity and personal selling. In our previous video lecture, we have seen that rural marketing presents distinct challenges and opportunities. In this part of our video lecture series, we will examine the latest strategies and techniques for reaching and engaging rural audiences. So, without any further delay, let us get started. Dear learners, now let us turn our attention to the exciting and innovative tools and techniques used for public relations and publicity in rural areas. To overcome the challenges we have already discussed, marketers in India have developed a rich array of localized promotion tools. What is the common thread among these techniques? Well, they skillfully leverage existing rural institutions, deep-rooted traditions and media forms that are already familiar and accessible to villagers. The emphasis is very much on engagement and participation rather than just one-way broadcasting of messages. A cornerstone of rural outreach is leveraging village hats and melas. Hats are traditional weekly open-air markets where people from several neighboring villages gather to buy and sell goods. Melas are larger fairs or festivals often tied to cultural or religious events held periodically. Can you imagine the footfall at these gatherings? India has approximately 47,000 village hats and 25,000 melas held annually, making them prime opportunities for brands to engage directly with rural consumers. Companies set up stalls, conduct product demonstrations or even organize entertainment shows to draw attention and interact with the crowd. For instance, Coca-Cola has effectively used pop-up stalls and hoardings at thousands of hats and melas. Such on-ground presence not only introduces products directly, but also significantly generates local word-of-mouth publicity. Closely related to melas is the strategy of tying PR activities to local festivals and cultural events. This is an incredibly powerful technique. Companies often sponsor or actively participate in village festivals, temple fairs or religious yatras or the pilgrimages. They might provide helpful services like free drinking water, first aid stations or sanitation facilities or organize engaging contests and games. This not only earns immense goodwill, which is a core PR objective, but also publicizes the brand to large congregated audiences. A famous example is Hindustan Unilever's Lifebuoy soap Roti Reminder campaign during the Kumbh Mela. Lifebuoy partnered with local eateries to serve rotis stamped with the message Lifebuoy se haath dhoye kya? Meaning, have you washed your hands with Lifebuoy? This clever publicity stunt delivered a crucial hygiene message linked to the brand and was estimated to reach over 2.5 million pilgrims, also generating massive free national media coverage. Such integration of a brand message into a cultural context can be far more memorable and impactful in rural areas than the regular conventional ads. Rural India possesses a rich heritage of traditional folk media. This includes storytelling, street theatre or the Nukkad Natak, folk music, traditional dances and puppet shows. Marketers have learned to harness these art forms to convey product messages in an entertaining and narrative way that deeply resonates with villagers. Because people can easily relate to these traditional formats, the messaging is absorbed more effectively. For instance, dear learners, companies might sponsor folk troupe performance that subtly incorporate brand jingles or health messages. Now just imagine a folk play about the importance of hygiene sponsored by a soap brand. In South India, local theatre forms like Yakshagana or storytelling traditions like Burra Katha have been used to weave in product benefits. Classic examples like the decade-old jingle, washing powder Nirma, remember, often sung in local dialects during such performances become ingrained in the village pop culture, effectively cementing the brand in people's minds. Long before digital billboards, wall paintings and murals were a dominant advertising medium in rural India, and they continue to be effective due to their low cost and high visibility. Brands commission hand painted, colorful advertisements on the walls of local shops, community buildings, or even barns, especially near busy market areas or thoroughfares. These murals typically feature simple, bold images and slogans in the local language for easy comprehension. Now, what is their dual role? Well, they serve as direct advertising, but also as a form of enduring publicity. Once painted, a wall ad can last for years, becoming a familiar sight and sometimes even a local landmark, reinforcing brand recall, especially when placed near points of purchase like the village shop. Distributing visual print material like posters, banners and leaflets remains a staple in rural promotion, but with thoughtful adaptations. Given the literacy constraints, as we have discussed earlier, how do you think these materials are designed? Well, leaflets in rural campaigns often rely more on pictures and pictograms than extensive text. For example, an agricultural seed company's flyer might show simple diagrams of how to sow the seeds and the expected crop yield with minimal written instructions. Posters and cloth banners, usually featuring bold illustrations and catchy captions in the local language, are hung at strategic locations like panchayat offices, village squares or fairgrounds to announce a product or an upcoming event. While these are relatively cheap and easy to produce, their impact is sometimes enhanced when an announcer or a storyteller is present to explain the content to gatherings, effectively blending this tool with elements of personal interaction. Now, dear learners, radio and audio announcements continue to be highly influential in rural India. Radio has historically been called the medium of the masses, and its reach remains significant. Community radio stations, regional channels of All India Radio, and even loudspeaker announcements made from temple or mosque public address systems serve as effective publicity channels. Companies utilize radio by sponsoring short radio dramas, folk song competitions, or simply running advertisement spots in local languages. The key advantages of radio are its deep penetration into even remote areas, the fact that it does not require literacy to be understood, and the relatively inexpensive cost of radio sets. For PR purposes, broadcasting interviews with local farmers who have successfully used a new fertilizer, for example, can come across as credible peer testimony rather than a direct advertisement. A very popular and effective publicity cum PR tool is the mobile video van or demonstration tour. Now, what are these? Well, these are essentially vehicles equipped with loudspeakers, a large video screen or projector and sometimes even a small stage. Brands send these vans on planned circuits through a series of villages. Upon reaching a village, they typically stop at a central location and put on a multimedia show. This might include popular film clips or songs to attract a crowd, followed by engaging product demonstrations, video testimonials from satisfied users, and interactive games or quizzes with small prizes. Now, the advantages are manifold: direct interaction with the audience, high recall levels due to the glamour of the medium, and the significant buzz or word of mouth publicity it generates in each village visited. For instance, a telecom operator might use such vans to demonstrate how to use new mobile phone features, or a fast moving consumer goods company might screen an educational film about cleanliness that subtly promotes its soap products. Many firms also undertake community engagement and corporate social responsibility, or the CSR activities, that effectively double as rural PR and publicity strategies. These initiatives are designed to contribute positively to the community. Common examples include organizing free health checkup camps, veterinary camps for livestock, educational workshops for skill development, or sponsoring the construction or improvement of village infrastructure like wells, school facilities, or community halls. While the primary goal is often developmental, these activities are usually branded. For instance, a healthcare company organizing a health camp will typically have its banners displayed and might distribute sample health products. This creates a positive public image for the firm and can earn valuable mentions in local news or at community meetings, which is essentially free publicity. More importantly, such initiatives address genuine needs of the villagers, fostering significant goodwill and associating the brand with tangible improvements in their quality of life. A subtle yet highly effective PR technique is the use of local influencers and opinion leaders. This involves identifying and leveraging influential individuals within the community to organically spread the word about a product or service. Now, who are these influencers? Well, dear learners, they could be progressive farmers who are open to new techniques, respected village heads like the sarpanch, school principals or teachers, or leaders of self-help groups. Companies might engage these individuals as advocates. For example, a seed company might provide a progressive farmer with a free trial of a new seed variety, hoping that his successful crop will be seen and discussed by his neighbors, thereby creating positive, credible publicity. Another example could be training the village school teacher on the benefits of a new water purifier, so that she can, in her daily interactions, inform parents and other villagers. These community influencers act as trusted human media channels, and their endorsement, even if informal, can greatly accelerate the acceptance of new ideas or products, because villagers inherently trust their own far more than outsiders. It is important to note that these tools are often not used in isolation. In fact, for maximum impact, companies frequently combine several tools at once. For instance, at a large mela, a company might deploy a video van playing promotional content and music, have personnel distributing informative leaflets, sponsor a traditional folk dance performance on a small stage, and have banners and posters displayed throughout the venue. Can you see how this creates a multifaceted and immersive brand experience? The overarching key to success with these rural PR and publicity tools is engagement. The aim is to engage multiple senses, sight, sound and even touch through product demonstrations, and to do so in a participatory manner rather than simply broadcasting messages one way. This comprehensive approach lays a strong foundation of awareness and goodwill, which is, as we have discussed, is then capitalized upon by the sales team through personal selling efforts. So, to quickly recap the tools and techniques for rural PR and publicity, we have seen the power of leveraging public gatherings like haats, melas and local festivals for direct engagement with large audiences. We have explored how connecting through cultural forms like folk media makes messaging relatable and memorable. The strategic use of visual presence tools like wall paintings and posters offers cost-effective and enduring visibility. Audio reach through radio and announcements overcomes literacy barriers and offers wide penetration. Interactive demonstrations, especially via video vans, create high impact and generate significant buzz. Building genuine community connections through CSR activities fosters goodwill and a positive brand image. And finally, engaging trusted local voices or influencers leads to credible organic spread of information. Collectively, these diverse tools are instrumental in building the necessary awareness, familiarity and trust, thereby paving the way for effective personal selling. In conclusion, it is abundantly clear that the unique and dynamic context of rural markets demands far more than a superficial application of urban marketing strategies. Public relations, publicity and personal selling emerge not merely as alternative options, but as fundamental necessities for any organization serious about building lasting relationships, fostering genuine trust and cultivating enduring brand loyalty within rural communities. The journey involves understanding the specific nuances of rural life, creatively addressing the inherent challenges we have discussed, and most importantly, engaging with these communities in an ethical and culturally sensitive manner. It is through such dedicated and tailored promotional efforts that the vast potential of rural markets can be truly unlocked and sustained. This thoughtful approach is a key to mutual growth and success. Dear learners, we will pause our lecture series here to meet again in the third part of our video lecture on promotion strategy in rural marketing, specifically focusing on the pivotal roles of public relations, publicity and personal selling, where we will discuss about the various dimensions of personal selling in rural engagement. Till then, happy learning and keep up the good faith.